guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today I'm here to select all the books that I want to read for the month of March. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I really hope that you guys are doing well. I want to start by saying thank you to all of you for your sweet comments on my previous video. You know, we all go through ups and downs, and I definitely wanted to share that with you, just so you know, life is not always perfect, but you know, we don't have to wait for life to be perfect to be happy. So today I'm going to be selecting the books that I'm going to read for the month of March. I know it's already like March 4th when I'm recording this video, or 5th day are we on? Yeah, I already have some books that I started reading, but I think this month I want to try something new. I'm going to be playing a TBR game, which I'm super excited about. I went ahead and printed a bunch of different prompts, and I think it will be super fun to play. But before I select the new books that I want to read, I do have a list of carryovers. I have 4 books that I definitely will be finishing this month, and so the first one here is Persuasion, and this is by Jane Austen. This is a book that I have been reading actually since January, so this is the month where I finally will be finishing with this, and I just started the audiobook. Super excited about it. Another book on my carryovers is Emma by Jane Austen. I definitely will be finishing the book, and I'm enjoying the novels so far. They're just so beautiful, and I really love the like old style writing, you know, the way how people used to talk back then. I think it's so romantic, and of course I'm enjoying that so much. So the next book that I have on my carryover list is Jane in Love. This is by Rachel Gifney. So this is a book that I was hoping to read on Valentine's Day week. However, I did not start the book until recently because I was able to find the audiobook, and I always love to pair the book with the audiobook whenever possible. So far I am loving the book. It is so fun and it's so cute. So definitely one that I will be finishing this month as well. Another book that I plan to finish this month is The Black Kids, and this is by Christina Hemmings Reid, and this is another one that I wanted to read on February, but I was waiting for the audiobook, which now finally became available, so I'm excited to get to this book as well. My next set of books are what I call my forever ongoing. So the first book on this list is A Little Life by Hana Yanagihara. I absolutely love the writing style on this book. I think this woman is a genius in terms of like how she describes scenes, and it just really makes you feel like you are there, and it makes you feel the pain of the characters as if they were yours. But I do feel like this book was kind of putting me a little bit on a sad mood. That is a lot of trigger warnings, of course, and so it's a book that I want to finish, but I'm going to be taking it little by little, so it's gonna be one of my forever ongoing books. The next one on my forever ongoing is going to be Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. So this is a beautiful book. I do want to move along because I am enjoying this story so much, and I think it's worth the read, of course, and so it's just gonna be something that is going to continue, and hopefully we keep track of that. I don't want to just not mention it, because if I don't mention it, then I probably will just put it on the side. It's gonna stay on my TBR card, but it's gonna be another slow read for me. So the next one here is going to be The Night House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a dark academia book that, again, I started it last year. I didn't finish it, and I just recently resumed this book, but I decided to start over. So yeah, it's gonna be ongoing as well. Okay, so now we're gonna get to play the new TBR game, and I'm excited about this. I think I'm going to pick maybe 5 of these to include into my TBR, and then I'm going to mention a couple that I definitely want to read too this month. So let's go ahead and pick the next. I'm super excited. Of course, feel free to play along. If you want me to share the list, because I definitely made a PDF, send me an email and I'll be happy to send it to you. I'm going to have my email on the description box. Just put in the title, please send me your TBR game, and it'll be super fun to play along, or you can just play along with the same challenges that I am selecting. So okay, so now let's pick the first one here. I think I have about 20. I didn't actually count how many I have, but probably I'll be adding more in the future as well. So now let's select the first one. I'm excited. I think this is going to be super fun, and it's going to motivate me to read a little bit more. So the first one says a book with a map. Okay, so I have no idea, so let me go find that. So the book that I found that has a map on it is A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, which is perfect because I have been wanting to read a middle grade book every month, and so far up till this month I haven't yet. So I'm excited to get to this book, and this book does have a map on it right on the second page, which is absolutely perfect. So on this book we're following three little sisters, and they are, I believe, looking for magic. I don't know much more about this book honestly, but I'm excited to discover it. I know it has amazing reviews, so yeah, super excited for this one. Okay, so now let's select the second challenge here, and I'm not gonna look at it. Okay, don't think I'm cheating. So oops, I grabbed two, so I'm just gonna grab the one here on the front, and this one says a one-word title. Okay, so let me find that. So for my one-word title, I am selecting Piranesi. So this is by Susanna Clark, and I have been wanting to read this book for the longest time. I don't know much about the book other than it is really weird and it's really magical, so I'm excited to get to this. And I love going into fantasy books, sometimes not knowing what I'm getting to, but I do know this has amazing reviews, of course, so I can't wait. This is gonna be great, and I love the cover, so cute. Okay, so let's select the next challenge here for my list. So let's see what we get. We got under 300 pages. Okay, so a book under 300 pages. I am going to select Leave the World Behind, and this is by Rumaan Alam, and this book is relatively small, and it has 241 pages, so just under 300 pages, and I'm excited for this book. I heard mixed reviews about this, but I don't care. I still want to read it. I think it will be interesting. This was a book club for Barnes & Noble, so I think that's why I picked it up, and yeah, I'm gonna give it a go, and let's see how this turns out. Okay, so let's go ahead and select the next one. So this I think will be number 4. Okay, okay, so here, what is this? Okay, so a book with a red spine. Okay, so a book with a red spine. I have Apples Never Fall, and this is by Liane Moriarty, and this is actually perfect because here's the red spine. This is like a family drama book. I don't remember much about this book, but I remember being really excited when this book came out, and then I never got to it because then I realized how big it was. But I'm gonna try to see if I can get a hold into the audiobook. So this book is about, let's see, 450 pages, I want to say. Yeah, 466. So let me read a little bit onto this book. It says, if your mother was missing, will you tell the police, even if the most obvious suspect was your father? Oh, I think this is why I picked it up. Sounds so interesting. This is definitely my type of book. Now let's select the last challenge for my TBR game, and that is a book by an author. A book by an author. That makes no sense. A book by an author. Okay, I'm gonna select the next one. Let me select the last challenge here for my TBR, and that is going to be an author new to you. Oh, I know the one. Okay, so the book that I'm going to select for this prompt is All Is Well by Mona Ward, and so I'm excited. This is a book that I actually borrowed from the library, so I definitely need to read it and return it, and so yeah, this one definitely will have to be read this month. And I love the cover. We have this kind of like theatrical face, but if you look up close, these are all pills and medicine, and I think one of the main characters suffers from chronic pain, and I want to read it because of that, because as you know, I do suffer with chronic pain as well, and I hope it's not going to be too much of a trigger warning for me, but I'm excited to give it a go. So another one of my goals of books to read every month is one Spanish book, and so this month I selected Paulo Coelho's La Espía, and this is The Spy. I do believe we have this book in English as well, but you know what, I love reading in Spanish. Sometimes, I mean, I don't do it often, but I'm trying to improve my reading Spanish skills. And this is one that I had for a long time. I started this book and it had some things that were very triggering as well, so I decided to stop the book. I remember when I was reading this a couple years ago, but I think, you know, I'm gonna give it a go, and this is one that I've been wanting to read. I have read probably most of the Paulo Coelho's books, and this one's the one that had like slip out of my hands for some reason, and so yeah, I definitely want to read it, and we'll see how this goes. I don't promise I'll finish it, because if I get the same triggers I probably won't continue it. On this book, we're following this woman who is a spy. She's also a dancer, and with her dancing abilities and her beauty, she had most of the powerful men on her time mesmerized, and she used that to her advantage on the times of the world. So yeah, sounds really interesting, and I can't wait to give it a second go. So the next section on my TBR is going to be the books that I really want to read. Are typically new releases that I'm super excited about, definitely books that I want to get to. And so the first one here is The Paris Apartment, and this is by Lucy Foley, and so this is a new release. Of course, I already started this book. I'm really loving it so far, so definitely one that I will be finishing this month as well. And since I am reading Lucy Foley for the first time, I wanted to also try her other book, which is The Haunting Party. Mystery, suspense, and I love those types of books, so can't wait for that one. So these are books that I already have the audiobook for, but I wasn't really planning on reading these books this month, so I'm gonna try to fit them in somehow. We will see if they happen. So the first one is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon, and I've been wanting to read this book forever, so I had the audiobook on hold for the longest time, and I heard so many good things about this book that I definitely need to get to this month as well, so let's hope. The next book on this list is Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. I've heard so many amazing reviews about this book as well, so one that I definitely want to try to fit in, and this is a library book, so I either read it or return it, so I'm gonna try to get to this as well, and I do have the audiobook for this book, so we will see. Another one that comes from the library is The Dilemma by B.A. Paris, the same author as Behind Closed Doors, that I absolutely love that book, so I want to try to get to this one as well. Another one that I have on this list is Christine Hanna's The Great Alone. This is another book that have amazing reviews, and after reading The Four Winds, which was my favorite book of last year, I definitely wanted to give this one a try, and I do have the audiobook as well, so we will see if I get to this book this month. So there you go, my friends. Those are all the books that I have on my list to read. I know it's quite an ambitious TBR, but I'm excited, and I might not get to all of these books, but I'm definitely gonna try. We will see how we do with our challenge. So also let me know which books you are planning on reading this month. I'm excited to see your list. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.